I'm joined here with Titus. If this is your first time on the channel, I help athletes quit their 9 to 5s and make a full-time income online with remote appointment setting so they can focus on their sporting dreams. In this video, we're going to be doing a quick client testimonial interview for Titus. We started working together a few months ago now. When Titus first reached out and we started working together, Titus was working a 9 to 5. And now in the last 3 days, he made over $1.5 grand from his phone, working whenever and wherever he wanted, right? So I appreciate your time. I'm super excited to have you on here. Let's kick it off and tell me a bit about yourself. Introduce yourself, who you are, what sport you play, how long you've been doing it for.
Yeah, sweet. So yeah, first off, excited. Thank you for having me on here. My name is Titus. As Leon mentioned, I currently play football, soccer, and right now, I am last few days just made around 1.5K, just working 3 days on my phone appointment setting. And yeah, my journey with Leon started about a few months ago, around June, July, around there. And I first reached out to Leon, saw that he had a program, had an offer for appointment setting, and I've always been wanting to get into the online space, making money online, but I didn't really know where to start, as a lot of people, do. So reached out to Leon, had a good call with him. He was really transparent with everything and kind of explained what he had to offer. And without, any doubt, I jumped on the ship, and, the rest is history.
Hell yeah, love it. So, right, last 3 days, over $1.5 grand from your phone. Let's kind of take it back. Where were you before we got started? What situation? What was that like for you, I guess?
Yeah, so at the time, I was a full-time uni student playing soccer and just working. I had a job as a coach and just kind of balancing between those three. I wasn't making that much money at that time, but it was not bad, but I knew it could definitely be better. And that's why I kind of looked to the online space. And I was, like I said, doing uni full time, but at the back of my mind, it wasn't really something that I kind of wanted to continue doing. I always thought that, especially the degree I was doing, didn't really have many job opportunities. Looking into the online space, I knew there was endless opportunities to kind of pursue whatever you want and make a good income out of it while working remotely, having that freedom.
Okay, cool. So maybe you felt like that uni path you were going down wasn't for you, didn't really fit you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right? So you're an athlete playing at, a high level in Australia. Is that the main focus for you? Is it to play professionally?
Yeah. So my goal and my dream still hasn't changed. For me, it's definitely my goal to make it professionally. It has been for many years, and I still put in the work, put in all the grafting still every day. So that definitely hasn't changed, but being able to make money online creates this freedom for me that I don't have to go work a 9 to 5 or work in the day, then train in the night whereas I can spend more time training and putting in the work to pursue my dream.
Cool. So you have more time, you're making more money, less time working.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you not having to show up to that 9 to 5, maybe trading your time for money, has helped you in your life more ways than financially?
Yeah, definitely. I feel I'm a lot happier now in the sense that I can kind of just get up out of my bed, sit at my desk and just go on my phone and make money. Like that thought of being able to just make money off your phone, it genuinely feels illegal. I'm not gonna lie, it's the best way to put it. Just, it feels illegal, but you're making good earned money. So like, that's probably the best way to put it. Being able to work 2 hours in the morning and then go train, go to the gym, do what you have to do, and then having the rest of the day pretty much free. It's honestly a good feeling. Can't really describe it any better.
Love it. Hell yeah. So you mentioned feels illegal, right? But from your perspective, why are you getting paid that amount? Like, how much did you make the business owner you're working for
Yeah.
in the last 3 days and maybe the last month?
Yeah. So if you were to put it in perspective, in the last 3 days or around 3 days, yeah, I made the business owner 17,000 USD.
Yeah.
So that equates to me around getting 6 or 7% on that commission, which if you look at it in the whole grand scheme of things, it's not a lot compared to how much I made him, but for the work I put in, it's definitely very worthwhile. And like I said, feels illegal to make that much within the span of 3 days, but I did make him a lot of money. And in the past month-ish, 3 weeks, we made like 47K, definitely made some good money out of that.
Cool. So people might say it's illegal or it's too good to be true, but really you're making a percentage and a commission of how much you're making a business owner for the appointments you're setting and the time you're saving them.
Exactly, yeah. So the whole point of the appointment setter is to free up the time of the coach, where they don't have to go into the DMs themselves and book appointments, rather than use that time to go focus on their clients or the program, make it better. So at the end of the day, time is the biggest currency, especially for business owners. The more time they have, the more time they can work on improving their product.
In the day-to-day, before you found a way to make money online from your phone, how does it look different now with you wake up, you text people for a few hours a day, where you want and when you want?
Yeah.
How does it look different in terms of, are you doing it at the gym? Are you just watching YouTube? Are you, what does it look like for you?
So pretty much I would wake up, have my normal morning routine. And then usually when I'm eating breakfast at my table, that's when I kind of get started. I've got the same routine kind of every day, do what I got to do at the start. And then, whether that's sending outbound messages, replying to messages, booking people in, kind of have like a step-by-step process that I do every day. And then from there, just kind of continues. I just get along with my day-to-day life. So I'll do a bit at breakfast, then I'll get up and go to the gym and do a little bit between my sets and stuff. Just utilizing the time I have and multitasking, because it's honestly, once you get a good rhythm in appointment setting and you've done it for a little bit, it becomes really easy, and you know what the potential leads, prospects are going to say, so you're prepared for every message. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to getting down as many reps as you can, putting yourself in the most, uncomfortable positions, you could say, if that's the best way you're going to learn.
Yeah, 100%. So the reason I kind of have you on the call and I'm excited to talk to you, partly because you've done well within the program. You made $1.5 grand in the last 3 days alone.
Yeah.
But also the transformation that you've seen in other areas of your life, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure with the time you have, you've gotten a lot better at football, at your sport, focusing on that, but also the way you carry yourself, the beliefs, the perspectives you have in your life. So tell me a bit about how that's changed, how you see the world, your goals, what you're reaching for now after appointment setting.
Yeah, so to kind of summarize it all, like appointment setting definitely, or getting into this online space, has definitely changed my life. I know it's quite cliche to say, like everyone says it changed the life, but genuinely it's changed my perspective on, how I can live my life, how I can make money, and just being able to create that freedom. So ever since I got started, obviously, I'd be lying if I said everything was smooth. I came across a few bumps, but it's all about just persevering, I guess, through that. And throughout life, you're going to have a lot of adversity. So, it's a good challenge, and it really builds your character getting through it. So it has definitely changed like a lot of areas of my life, not only be able to make money online, but definitely allowed me to have a lot more time focusing on football and really improving in that aspect. But on top of that, I also got into reading a lot of books. Being able to gather that information and soak in the information from those books has definitely changed my outlook of life 100%. And, it's all about not letting those limiting beliefs affect you. And, as long as you kind of put your mind to it and don't give up, you can achieve anything.
Yeah.
And that's really the big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good answer, dude. So I guess, like a lot of people, like myself, and I know you did as well, have looked into other things.
Yeah.
Why do you think looking into those things that you might have looked into didn't work for you and appointment setting did?
So it's pretty simple. It's, as you do when you want to make money online, I think TikTok is probably the biggest platform where you see a lot of stuff like that. Just because it's kind of just pushed in your face. And once you like a post or like a video, they're just going to keep showing you more. So, obviously as everyone starts, they look into drop shipping first. Had to look into that, saw a few videos. Set up a Shopify account myself, but just didn't get into it, really, because it just wasn't really for me. I tried a little bit, but just couldn't really get into it. There wasn't really a proper step-by-step process. And I think trying to find that product, the hardest part. And I didn't really have guidance in that area to be able to find that product. So kept on looking around, saw a bit of affiliate marketing, but that takes a long time to build up your brand and stuff like that. But, as soon as I saw Leon's program of appointment setting, I thought it was quite a no-brainer to just be able to get your foot in the door of making money online and then just go from there.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you feel guidance throughout this process was valuable to you. I guess, what made you feel that you couldn't make dropshipping work with the situation you were in? Was it the lack of time, the lack of knowledge, or was it a bit of both for you?
So I think a lot of problems that people face, including myself, was that there's just so many programs out there that you don't know which one to pick, right? And at that time, programs also obviously cost a lot, and we don't have that much info, that much guidance on what to pick, what to choose. It's very hard to make a decision, especially when, I guess a lot of people say dropshipping is saturated, which in some sense it is true, but it's just all about knowledge, right? And if you don't have that knowledge, then you're not going to really be able to make money off it. And I didn't have that knowledge at that time, and I didn't feel that it was something I wanted to kind of keep going.
Yeah. Cool. Let me pick your brain a bit and ask you, throughout this process, what do you think were the three main things that helped you go from where we started together to where you are now?
I think number one for sure was Leon's guidance and Leon's help. He definitely, even when I was at my worst times, he definitely helped me get through it. We were able to hop on calls and he was able to guide me through, things that I should do, things I shouldn't do, especially with when I first got started in my role. I'll send him screenshots I didn't really know what to do in the situation, how to reply. And he was always there to, be able to give me a good answer and something I can respond back. So that's definitely one. So Leon's help was really helpful in my journey. On top of that, I would say books, reading a lot of books, because one key thing that I kind of got out was that just don't give up. That's honestly the thing, is don't give up. As hard as the situation may be, as low as you may be, I like to use the rubber band kind of slingshot analogy, where it's if you got a slingshot and you're getting pulled back, you're like the rock, you're getting pulled back, and that pulling back is where you're in the negative, where you're in a shit mode, or kind of like that. And there's only so far you can pull back until you have to let it go, right? So you being in that negative state, you being in that shit position, that motion there could be, it could be anywhere between a few days to months, years. But as long as you just don't give up and you keep going, just do it, eventually the slingshot will go and you'll get sent to the other side, which is the positive side where things happen to you. It's always just about not giving up and just keep pushing through it, pushing through the adversity, and yeah, and then you'll see it, blossom.
It's a good analogy and some good words of wisdom there as well. I guess throughout this process, what was the third thing that you got within the program that you felt really helped you on this journey?
So I kind of touched on it already. So pretty much Leon's help, obviously, but the stuff that he had inside his program as well. So inside your program, I think were very crucial, especially having, examples of DMs already in convo, like when you talking to, a prospect or a lead, and being able to see how you kind of handle the situations and stuff like that was really beneficial in me taking it into my role. And something that, I'd always have up on the side, or if you had, a few scripts, I was able to look at that and really guide my way through my journey of appointment setting. And eventually, after a week, you just, you soaked in all the information that you don't really need to look at anymore. And, it just comes at the top of your head. So I think having all of that in place is really beneficial in succeeding, especially in appointment setting.
Okay, cool. So I guess having that step-by-step process in front of you where you can just follow it along and actually learn a valuable skill.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go back even further. Let's go back a year ago. If you were to give one piece of advice to yourself 1 year ago, what would you say to that person?
I would say is don't limit yourself. Always believe that anything is possible. Like I said, it's pretty cliche to say, but it's honestly couldn't be further from the truth. Being able to put your mind to something and really do it. I think there's a big difference between saying you want to do something and then really taking action. Especially if you're young, taking action when you're young is so crucial, because when you get older and then you decide you want to take action, then you have a lot of factors around it that might hinder your decision. Whereas when you're young, you don't really have too much to lose. And so just being able to take the action when you're younger and try stuff out. If it doesn't work, that's fine. Move on to the next thing and just kind of just push through everything. Don't give up. That's what I'd say to myself.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what would you say for someone on the fence that hasn't, maybe they've looked around, shopped around, hasn't taken any action yet, and they're on the fence about investing themselves and a program to making money online?
Yeah, so I would say, there's a lot of offers, programs out there, and I know that it can be very hard to pick one, especially when you're trying to look for the best. And at the end of the day, it's like I said, it's all about taking action. Like, you're not going to know if the program will work for you or not if you don't take action. And it's all about just looking, I guess, at the client success or people in the program, even reaching out to people in the program like me, see how my journey has been. I'm quite transparent, I say the truth, quite honest. So I'll definitely give you my honest opinion about how I've been and how much I've made. I'm not scared to tell. So yeah, I think it's just about, if you see something you want to do, just jump the ship, do it, take action. So that's what I'd say.
Yeah. Would you recommend this program to other athletes that might have been in a similar position you're in?
100%. I think it's definitely life-changing. It's so easy once you get good at it. And it's a skill that you can build and just keep stacking up, as you progress through your journey. And, you might start at appointment setting, but then you might move to closing and then affiliate marketing. And then once you're able to build all these skills together, then, who knows, you might be able to start your own business and you're able to generate a lot of money per month while still pursuing your sport. And I feel sometimes the one thing that holds, us athletes back is money. We have, our dream to make it professional in our own sport, but, money is definitely, one key part that may hold us back a little bit from chasing an opportunity or taking, an offer. But if we're able to eliminate that kind of aspect, then, the sky's the limit.
Yeah. You've been appointment setting for a while now. Last 3 days, made $1.5 grand. You've been learning this skill working directly under a business owner. Full transparency, what's next for you? What's the road ahead look like?
So yeah, I feel like I've learned the skill of appointment setting, made some bit of money out of it, so it's been good. And now for me, it's about seeing what the next step is for me in my journey. And for me, I've said that's closing, moving into closing. I've had a look around at programs, and I've found the one that I feel that can take me to the next step of where I want where I want to be and what my goal is. And I'm going to get started with them soon and just learn that skill and then move on to the next one. And as you kind of progress through each of these skills, the amount of money you're making is just going to keep doubling, keep increasing. And yeah, there's a lot of potential.
Definitely. So I guess you got into making money online, you've seen what's possible, and now you've learned a valuable skill. You've made a lot of money and even more money for a business owner. You know what's possible. You're going to move on to closing.
Yep.
Where do you feel you would be today if you didn't invest in yourself and in this program?
So I'll probably just say I'll be at the same place, just going uni, coaching, all that kind of stuff. But you never really know where you could be if something didn't happen. But I'm happy that I took action, and yeah, no regrets at all.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate your time, dude. The transformation that you've made as a person, but also financially, from working quite a lot at your 9 to 5 to now from home, from your phone, wherever, whenever you want, but also with the goals you have, is awesome. And I'm super excited to see what's next for you, your own business down the line, whatever that may look like for you. If you're watching this, you've made it to the end, and you're an athlete, maybe working 9 to 5, looking to quit and make a full-time income online, similar to the transformation Titus has made, you can book in a call with me to hear a little bit more below, or you can check out my Instagram, shoot me a message, ask me a question, anything like that, and we can go from there. Again, Titus, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Matt. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. Thanks, man.
Hell yeah, I appreciate it. I'm excited to see where it takes us. I'll see you soon, bro.